Hey, it's Meatball.
And Mark.
And this is the Rocker Morning Show on demand from 107.7 RKR. 107.7 RKR, it is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Fantastic. I slept so well last night.
I know, me too.
I had the most amazing dream, and it was that you posted a photo of yourself when you were like 8 years old, getting slimed at Nickelodeon Studios. Oh, wait a minute. You actually did that.
Yes.
I was so excited when I saw you post this last night. I was like, we have to talk about this on the show.
It was amazing.
Now, okay, give me the story on this, because you've told me this happened.
Yes.
But all I've seen is a certificate in your office that it happened. There was no proof, and now there's actual, visible proof this happened.
Yeah, so back in 1995, my parents and I, it was at the time I didn't have my fourth brother. It was just Tim and Alan.
Yeah.
So we all went down to Florida for Christmas because that's where my parents got married. They met in Florida, and so my grandparents lived there, and so we had family down there and stuff.
Yeah.
So we would go there probably every other year. And one year it was going to be awesome. We were going to go snorkeling. We were going to do all these things. I was so hyped because I'd never been snorkeling before. We were going to go to Universal Studios, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. So
how old were you at this time?
At the time, I was 10 years old.
Okay.
So almost like 2 days in, I was like, I'm just not feeling good.
Yeah.
The next morning, I woke up, I was ralphing my guts up.
Oh.
I had the flu, and I was out on my ass for 3 days, 4 days. And I think they Z-packed the hell out of me.
Oh, my God.
Because I think my parents were just like, nah. There was one day I was just sick. And I was not getting better. So I think they Z-packed me.
Are you trying to tell me that the slime wasn't really slime? It was just you yakking on yourself? Is it?
Yeah. So finally started feeling better. And I went to Universal Studios with my parents. And then it was the first day I was finally starting to feel okay. I wasn't 100%, but I was okay. I wasn't sick. I didn't have a fever. So I'm like, let's go. Because I was not going to miss the chance at touring Nickelodeon Studios.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, if you're anybody who has kids that are our age and they're their 40s and stuff, or late 90s, or is our age, Nickelodeon was our channel. That changed everything for kids. And I was obsessed with Nickelodeon. So we went there. We saw sets of the Mystery World of Alex Mack.
Oh, that's cool.
What Would You Do? Which was a game show hosted by Double Dare's Mark Summers.
Yeah.
And you would pull goofy stuff out of the wall.
Yeah.
So we saw those sets, and then at the end there was it was a program. It was basically a game show to end the tour. And we're all sitting in the bleachers. It's me and my brothers are in one, the parents are in the other one, and the host comes out there, the lights are going, and I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting.
And you already know it was coming.
Oh, my God. I was determined. I was like, this has been a horrible freaking vacation so far.
I'm getting slimed.
I'm going to get slimed. That's all there is to it. And the guy comes out, and the first thing he says is, all right, before we get this bad boy going, I got one question for you. I was like, mm-hmm. And I'm waiting.
Yes.
And he's like, who wants to get? And before he even finishes, and Al will test this for you. I go, me! I stood up and screamed at him. And I was so dead serious.
You threatened him into sliming you.
I almost demanded. And he looks at me and he's like, you come on down here. You're getting slimed today. And I just turned to my brothers and I was like, oh my God. And they were going crazy. They were like, oh my God, Mark's going to get slimed. So the show looked cool. I had to get in the back because they had me change into a jumpsuit.
Oh,
and I was like, okay, cool. So I just stood back there and I watched from the back, and they're like, all right, you ready to see someone get slimed? And it was amazing. They brought me out and they sat me in a kiddie pool. I'm pretty sure they just asked my name and what my favorite Nicktoon was or something. And they're like, are you ready? And I was like, I've been ready.
I've been ready for 4 days. I've been yakking my own slime up the last 2 days. I want this slime on me.
Oh my gosh. It was amazing.
Was it the kind of milky green slime, or was it the kind of transparenty?
It was
slime?
the transparent, icky, gooey slime.
Oh yeah. That's the sticky good stuff.
And it was it was phenomenal.
Yeah. What was it? Was it cold or warm? Like I never got slimed. I was so mad that it never happened.
It wasn't cold. It was room temperature.
Okay.
And the cool thing is I felt like crap all week long.
Yeah. And that totally just made the whole time worth it.
It was so beautiful. It was so magnificent. In fact, if you go to the 1077 RKR app, you can actually see not only the photo of me getting slimed, because for years I thought the photo was gone.
Yeah.
I thought I only had one and it was destroyed by my ex's dog. And I was like,
oh no,
dude, what the F? And then I was at my parents' like last month and I'm going through old photos and there's a photo of me getting slimed. And I was like, dude, this is unbelievable.
So if you want to see baby 10-year-old Mark getting slimed, are you putting that up on the socials right now?
Yes, I'm about to hit publish here, and I
can't wait for you all to see this joyous occasion like I saw it last night on social media.
It was amazing, man. It was like easily one of the best days of my life.
Well, unfortunately now Nickelodeon Studios is not in Florida. They moved it all to California. The fountain is gone. The time capsule is gone.
The building's there though.
The building is there. And if you go into the bathrooms underneath the building, like the Nickelodeon splat is still on like the tile floor in the men's restroom, I noticed. But the actual building is now, it was Blue Man Group. I think it's empty right now. Which is sad. But oh man, I'm glad you got slimed, Mark.
Thank you. It was one of the best days of my life.
Now, if I could just get slimed myself as a grown man, nearly 40 years old, like Nickelodeon, if you're listening.
If you want, we could pour some syrup on you later. I don't know.
It's not quite the same. It feels a little more Canadian than it does.
Well, 77 RKR. It's a Rocket Morning Show with Mark Frakehouse
and Meatball.
Oh my gosh, I am very excited for the Halloween season. I've been telling you about this.
Yep.
I'm just in full. I'm ready to get the chilliness in here. I'm ready for the spooky season. And this morning I got tickets to something that I think is going to be really freaking cool.
Nice.
It is a Edgar Allan Poe pop-up speakeasy.
Oh, that's cool.
It's coming to Kalamazoo, and it's going to be at the Henderson Castle.
Ooh,
which is
spooky.
Like probably the creepiest place you could hold something like this. Said to be haunted. This is going down October 10th, 11th, and 12th. If you want the info on this and the link to get tickets, it's up here on the 1077 RKR app. Last year, I got really into the Fall of the House of Usher series that was on Netflix.
Yeah. I haven't watched it yet, but man, I've been told it is really, really good.
Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you, I'll watch it this October.
All right. That's a good idea because it is awesome. But I just love, Edgar Allan Poe in general. There's a couple of really good films I'll actually suggest to you as well. And that kind of started like when I was a kid. My cousin was in drama. She was in theater. Okay. And we saw The Fall of the House of Usher. And it was one of the coolest shows I've ever seen in my life. It was really cool. But this is gonna be a really cool event too at the Henderson Castle. Because it's a 3-day event and it's about 90 minutes each.
So like you buy a ticket for one day. It's not one ticket for 3 days.
Yeah. So it's a 90-minute show. And on Thursday and Friday, 10th and the 11th, there's a show at 6, 8, and 10.
Okay.
I think they go down to like $45. And that's for the later show, which is, personally, when you would want to watch it. Anyways.
Yeah, you want to go to the later show and be creeped out by people reading Edgar Allan Poe.
On Saturday, though, the 12th, there's actually a show every 2 hours starting at noon all the way till 10.
That's cool.
So this looks pretty cool. You get basically 4 creepy Edgar Allan Poe inspired drinks, like cocktails, and then you have Edgar Allan Poe historians retell his tales, like some of his stories.
What would the Edgar Allan Poe drink be?
I don't know.
You know, like
a monkey paw,
something like that, or it's just like it's a margarita, but there's a crow feather in it, or a raven feather in it.
Monkey paw mule or something.
Oh, monkey paw mule! I'd be down with that, man.
I don't know. They haven't announced what the cocktails are, so I'm just like, okay, I'm down with this. But
yeah, this sounds really cool.
Yeah.
That sounds very cool.
Yeah, I'm stoked for this. So again, if you guys are interested, I'm like I said, I'm fully on. This weekend, actually, I'm taking the time to just decorate for Halloween. I'm ready.
I got really obsessed with Edgar Allan Poe as a kid. And I started writing my own like inspired poetry.
Really?
From Edgar Allan Poe. Like, do you think like if I went to this, they would let me read my own stuff? Because it's Edgar Allan Poe-ish, you know?
They might take them by surprise, but they may let you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear a little bit of it?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Let me try. Once upon a weeknight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of empty beers, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there was a tapping, as if sort of someone rapping at the bar top. Quoth the bartender, "You want one more?"
You wrote that when you were a child?
Yeah, well. Yeah. I mean, I'm no Vincent Price, but I mean, I thought it was pretty good.
It's time to turn up your dials and tune out the traffic because we're playing the Daily 5 on the Rocker Morning Show. Testing the mental magnitude of your favorite morning monkeys on the radio. And now, your hosts for the Daily 5, Meatball and Mark Frank House.
It is the Daily 5 where Mark can ask each other questions. The other one answers. Today, Mark is asking the questions. I'm answering. I got some help on the line this morning from Nancy. Good morning, Nancy. How are you?
Good morning. All right.
Awesome, Nancy. You got to help Meatball get 3 out of 5. Actually, you got to help Meatball get 3 out of 5 questions correct. But every question today counts because it's an even week here. So we're gonna have to run with this and see how you guys do.
All right, let's do this, Nancy. I feel good about our chances today.
Question number 1 is geography.
Okay.
What is illegal to do in Maryland? Using a Ouija board, fortune telling, or performing magic?
Maryland feels like kind of a haunted place. Ouija board jumped out to me right away. Nancy, what do you think?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
If it were Massachusetts, I might say magic. But I think, Nancy, if you're good with it, I feel like Ouija board is going to be the answer here.
Yep.
All right.
I'm good with that.
All right, cool. We're going to go Ouija board. Final answer.
Ouija board, final answer. In Maryland, it is illegal to perform fortune telling.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Oh.
So,
What's wrong with fortune telling?
I don't know. You're going to have to call Maryland to see what the hell their problem is. All right, question number 2 is sports.
Okay.
Which of these teams did Chris Jericho's father, Ted, not play for? He was an NHL player.
Okay.
The Winnipeg Jets, the Boston Bruins, or the LA Kings? Did you know that Chris Jericho's father was an
NHLer? No, I didn't know that.
No.
I would assume the Canadian connection would put him on Winnipeg.
All right.
So my guess would be either Boston or LA. What do you think, Nancy?
Probably LA.
Probably LA at the Kings. Let's roll with it. Let's say Chris Jericho's dad did not play for the LA Kings. Final answer.
Final answer.
Oh.
The Winnipeg Jets.
Oh, the one Canadian team. Dang it.
Yes. Was not on any Canadian team, strangely enough.
Man.
All right. General knowledge.
All right, Nancy, we got to turn this around.
In 2015, a New Zealander named Nigel Richards won the French Scrabble Championship. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Because I was in it. I was just sucked into it.
Ha! He won the championship despite what? He's illiterate, he's blind, or he doesn't speak French.
I think this is because he didn't speak French, Nancy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Because blind, somebody can read out the letters for you and stuff. And illiterate, like, you got to know words. You can't just make that stuff up. I've tried. It doesn't work. I think he won the French Scrabble competition not knowing how to speak French. Final answer.
You did hear about it.
That is hilarious.
You did hear about this then.
I maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but it rings a bell, but
all right.
That is hilarious.
Food. In the mid-90s, Little Caesars tried an idea that remains one of the most interesting menu items. What was it? Was it chocolate-filled ravioli, Chinese food pizza, or a 3-foot pizza?
A 3-foot pizza? Like a yard long?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think 3-foot pizzas fit in the hot and ready box.
No.
Well, it wasn't hot and ready.
Well, that's true. Chinese pizza? Ew. That kind of eliminates everything but chocolate ravioli, Nancy. I don't know.
I don't know.
Would Little Caesars be ambitious enough to like change their crust size or put Chinese food basically on a pizza? I don't think so.
You never ate the Bigfoot pizza?
I did, but that was Pizza Hut.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that was that big though. Nancy, I think it's going to be the chocolate ravioli, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go with that.
Maybe it's like a dessert type of thing. So we're going to go with the chocolate ravioli final answer.
Chocolate ravioli it was like a vanilla ravioli thing. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Not feeling that. So, all right, this is to tie it up.
If Little Caesars is experimenting with food, I'm probably not going to try it.
Mm-hmm. This is to tie it up.
Okay.
Animals, the smartest dinosaurs were said to be what? Carnivores, herbivores, or the sea-dwelling dinosaurs?
Nancy, I watch a lot of like those stupid Netflix documentaries because I get sucked into them. You know, it always seems like those sea-dwelling creatures are like insanely intelligent. Like they have to adapt to so many different things.
Right.
I'm thinking it's either that or the carnivores. What do you think?
Probably the sea.
Probably the sea ones. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go with them. We're going to go with the sea-dwelling creatures. Final answer.
Sea-dwelling creatures. Final answer.
No.
It was unfortunately your other choice, carnivores. Land-dwelling carnivore diners were said to be the smartest out of
So they
them.
weren't actually bird brains.
No, they were not. Which kind of teaches you a lesson that vegetables will only take you so far.
That's true.
Well, Meatball couldn't get the point for the day, but you did get 2 points. You did get 2 right answers. That is huge on this week. But Nancy, regardless, you're going to get a pair of tickets to the NSRA Street Rod Nationals North Show. Congratulations.
Woo! Nancy, you're going to love that show. It's going to be great.
Thank you.
1077 RKR, it is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
Mark, think of the most Michigan thing possible. Have you got it?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
It is a lion chugging Faygo after eating 313 pasties.
It's a very specific number of pasties.
Well, this 313 area code for Detroit. I had 4 seconds to prepare. So
that's fair. You did pretty good. I'm not going to lie. That seems very Michigander, but also very unlikely.
Yes.
How about a ranch dressing chugging competition?
Why?
Because it's a real thing and it happened. While Joey Chestnut was setting a world record for 83 hot dogs eaten in 10 minutes, a gentleman in Belding, Michigan was drinking 24 ounces of ranch dressing and did it in 10 seconds. Yeah.
My guy. Do you know what ranch dressing is?
It's basically just mayonnaise and dill and other stuff.
Buttermilk.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise.
So this Labor Day weekend, a bar and restaurant, Belding, Michigan, called the Harmful, I think it's Rooster, but it's spelled Roester. So it's like the English spelling, I guess.
Gotcha.
Held a one-of-a-kind competition, at least that we're aware of, where contestants had to finish a 24-ounce glass of ranch dressing in the fastest time. And if you're not aware of how much that is, how much 24 ounces is, when you go to the bar and you order a tall draft, that is 24 ounces. A dozen competitors signed up for this competition. They had to sign a waiver before they did it. They lined up on the picnic tables at the outside patio because Lord knows I would not hold this competition indoors.
Yeah.
And when they said go, 10 seconds later, it was over. This dude, Zach Orvis, put down 24 ounces of house ranch dressing in 10 seconds. That's disgusting. There's video of it, too.
Yeah.
Of him doing it. and some great photos of him.
I'm imagining this guy doesn't date much.
He doesn't look that old. He looked like he might be in like his early 20s or something.
Yeah.
There were actually 2 kids, like 2 teenagers that competed in this competition.
I mean, that's probably when you want to do it.
Yeah. There were also grown-ass adults that did it too.
Yeah, it's probably when you don't want to do it. Hey, what'd you do over the weekend, Frank? Oh, I chugged a bunch of ranch dressing, but I lost to a kid.
Yeah. I love there's 2 quotes here that I love. There was a kid that was just like people put that much ranch dressing on their salad all the time, so I didn't really think much about it.
No, they don't.
They don't put 24 ounces of ranch.
do not.
No. I don't think I used 24 ounces of ranch in a week. But this is great. From Zach Orvis, the guy who won, quote, "I don't feel sick at all. It's just ranch dressing." He said hours before he spent the rest of his night on the toilet. Like had to be, man. Had to be. Because that has to just destroy your digestive system.
Because, listen, I can mow on some Totino's pizza rolls.
Yeah.
Dunk them in ranch.
Yeah.
But I'm only getting so far.
Yeah.
You know, I like salad, I like ranch, but, a serving size is only a few tablespoons, my guy.
Yeah. Now, are you curious about what the prize was for the winner of this competition?
Oh, it had to be something really spectacular.
A $100 gift card and free order of all-you-can-eat wings every week until spring of 2025 at the Harmful Rooster.
We'll live in infamy.
That kid is not going to live that much longer if he keeps drinking ranch. 107.7 RKR is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
It is the last week to get qualified for the Rocker Rides. We have that Ford F-150 from Tapper Ford, the Chevy Silverado from Tapper Chevy, up for grabs. If you are the winner, you get to pick one or the other vehicle. And, man, I'm telling you, the hype is real. People are really excited about winning one of these trucks, man.
We are 10 days away from picking a winner. We've only got a few days left. Again, Tapper Automotive and Pawpaw are giving you a 2-year lease on a brand new Chevy Silverado or Ford F-150. And you're going to be able to pick. And you're going to be able to get registered with Meatball for the last time this upcoming Friday at Warner Vineyards in person. That's going to be your last time to get qualified between 5 and 7 for Winefest. Want you to be out there. This is going to be a fun time. And, man, this has been a lot of fun this summer trying to give these 2 cars away. We're also going to be giving you chances for the rest of the week during your work week right about now for your chance to get qualified. So this is the 4th to last chance for you to get qualified. You want to get in on this? Make sure to give us a call right now. 978-1077. Caller number 7. You are going to get registered for the Rocker Rides. And in 10 days, you could be hitting that alarm button. Boop, boop, just like that.
Just like that?
Boop, boop.
That's the noise the alarm button makes on one of those trucks?
No, they're probably way louder.
I was going to say, like, if that's the alarm noise, there's not a lot of alarm there.
No.
It's not really an emergency, just kind of an inconvenience.
I just don't want to scream at people right now. Okay,
that's right.
So 978-1077, caller number 7. You're going to get registered for the Rocker Rides. All thanks to our friends at Warner Vineyards and, of course, Tapper Chevy and Tapper Ford.
107.7 RKR, it is the Rocker Morning Show with Meatball.
And Mark Frankhouse.
All right, you and I have talked about going to this place for a while now, and I finally just got the itch and went myself. Tell me if you've been there or not. The Coney Island hot dogs in downtown?
I have not. I've
Okay.
failed. I have failed my Coney-dom.
Your Coney-dom. I couldn't wait any longer, so I went down there because I don't know what it was. I was craving. I've been to the root beer stands a lot lately, and I was just like, man, I need a Coney dog to go with this. So I went down there, got me a Coney dog, but I realized there was something on the menu down there in the moment didn't connect, but then I figured it out later on. Coney Island hot dogs in downtown Kalamazoo has, first of all, this is the oldest continuous Coney dog place in the entire state of Michigan.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
Because the first one was in 1914, I believe, in Detroit, in the Detroit area. Mm-hmm. This one was opened in 1915, and it has stayed in that same place, continuously open, minus, a pandemic or two.
Right.
But they have stayed continuously open and in that place since 1915. Not only do they offer some of the best coney dogs around, maybe the best gyro I have had in my entire life.
Really?
I think the first time I had a gyro was Arby's. So I was just like,
God.
oh, this is kind of interesting. And then I went to an actual Greek restaurant and had one. I was like, oh, this is what this is supposed to be.
Oh, yeah. That's...
But I was surprised to walk in and see, coney dogs. And I was like, okay, why is there gyros on here? Like, chili fries and whatnot. That all goes kind of with coney dog. But I was like, why is there a gyro on the menu? That seems so weird and out of place. But then it hit me. The first coney dog was made by Greek immigrants. So naturally, they would not only bring Greek influence to American food,
right.
They would bring Greek food with them. So that's why you see a lot of gyros at coney dog places. And I had never put that together until recently.
That is pretty wild to think about. I never really put that together.
Yeah. But it was so good. It was so good, dude. Like, it was simple. It was the tzatziki sauce with the meat. And then some simple veggies on there and stuff. There's something to be said about just simple, like it doesn't have to be over the top. It doesn't have to be like fancy or gold plated or whatever. Like just meat, pita, tzatziki, veggies. That's it.
If you put some heart into it, that you don't need all that.
Yeah.
Which
is funny you say that because the meat sauce they make is actually made of heart. It's heart meat. Do you know that?
No.
Traditionally, the meat sauce you put on a coney dog is made out of meat from the heart of the animal, usually lamb.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's why they could just call it meat sauce. Because if they called it, heart.
Ground heart sauce.
Yeah, it probably not so appetizing. Yeah. But that's not on the gyro. So if you want that, and no, you're not eating heart. But yeah, weirdly enough, one of the greatest gyros I've ever had, Coney Island hot dogs in downtown Kalamazoo. I might actually go for lunch again today.
Heck yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, dude.
Especially for the road trip.
Out of the deepest corners and the darkest ends of this world, from the Michigan Dogman to Bigfoot, the Melonheads of Allegan County, and people from Ohio. This is Weird Ass Wednesdays.
Mark, you may already know about this story because you're a huge wrestling fan. But for those unaware, there's quite possibly a legit WWE wrestling title belt at the bottom of the Grand River in Lansing, and it has been there for 25 years.
Yes.
You're aware of this lore.
Oh, yes. I watched it on television.
Back in 1999, the WWE was passing through Michigan. They had a live show in Detroit that week, but prior to that, they did what's called a house show in Lansing at the Breslin Center, where the public gets to come out, and see a cool live wrestling show, but none of it's televised. It's just, there. At least nothing that happened in the ring at that show was televised. Fast forward a couple days, and during the Detroit live show, several quote-unquote live videos showed The Rock fishing off of what he called a Rudy Poo Bridge somewhere undisclosed in the Detroit area. But one Eagle Eye fan noticed, followed by hundreds of others, that the bridge was actually the Shiawassee Street Bridge in East Lansing, where they were earlier in the week. So it seems the vignettes were filmed there in the previous days before the live show in Detroit. Well, during the segment, The Rock is confronted by Stone Cold Steve Austin, who is eventually thrown over the edge of the bridge, presumably into the water below, along with his Smoking Skull WWE Championship belt.
Oh, yes.
Now, it's probably assumed that Stone Cold was caught by like a pad or a boat or something to that effect underneath the bridge. But as for the belt, many are pretty sure it was never recovered because you saw The Rock fling it pretty hard out into the water. And to this day, It is likely still sunk at the bottom of the Grand River just off of that bridge. To my knowledge, nobody has found it.
Yeah, that would be really hard to track down.
So that was in 1999. And again, nobody has seemed to have claimed to have found the belt, which means it has been resting at the bottom of the Grand River in Lansing for 25 years, almost to the day.
That's going to be really hard to track down. First off, you need snorkel equipment. Second off, you have to consider, one, what's the state of the belt at this point? Two, how far did it travel downstream?
Yeah, that's
when
true.
it was thrown in. Did it sink right down? Did it it's going to be tough.
Yeah. Also, fun fact: when The Rock called the bridge the Rudy Poo Bridge, there were petitions that went out in East Lansing to actually rename the bridge and dedicate a plaque to it, calling it forever the Rudy Poo Bridge.
I think that should have just happened immediately.
Yeah, that would make it the second bridge involving poo in the Midwest if you count the Dave Matthews Incident Bridge in Chicago.
Gross.
Yeah, I know.
And now, BC Pizza. Smooth, Meatball.
All my Weird Ass Wednesday stories are gross.
Yes.
But the most not gross thing we can talk about would be BC Pizza.
That is correct. And we're talking about our friend Zoe. And, of course, BC Pizza off West Main in Kalamazoo always does an awesome job hooking it up for Workplace of the Week. In fact, we're going to Pet Supplies Plus today, and we are going to be delivering a Workplace of the Week pizza party for somebody out there. So make sure to visit BC Pizza off West Main in Kalamazoo and take advantage of their buffet today. They are your Workplace of the Week sponsor.
In a solo trek.
Oh boy.
Have you seen the rig that he's swimming with across the lake?
No.
It's like this double pontoon thing. It's inflatable and it carries all of his stuff. It has like a camera mounted on it. It's got this little PVC like rack on it. It looks like it might have some weather equipment on there. And then all the things he needs as far as food and drinkable water and things like that are stashed on there as well. I would assume he's bringing batteries this time because that was the whole reason he had to stop last time. But yeah, he's attempting again to swim solo across Lake Michigan. Now, he has swum across the lake before,
right?
In some other areas, but he did it not assisted, but he had somebody like tracking him, like following him. Basically, he had a tailboat, behind him. This time, he's doing it with nobody there, so it is literally just him out in the middle of the lake, swimming across Lake Michigan on his own. That's insane.
Yeah, that's going to be a massive undertaking. You're literally gonna have to train for the biggest swim of your life.
Well, and he's swum all over the Great Lakes. He swam across Lake Superior. I mean, he's done these huge treks before, but he's never done it like this, or it's just him and his raft.
Yeah.
And I still can't believe that he was hallucinating when he tried this last time and still kept trying to swim. Like it was just some normal thing. It was like, oh yeah, it's happened before.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems very unsafe.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to imagine if you're of that mindset, the one thing you would not want to be doing is like physical activity.
Yeah.
Just milling on the couch.
If I'm hallucinating, I don't want to be in the middle of one of the largest lakes in the entire world.
Yeah.
I want to be sitting on my couch listening to Pink Floyd. Like
man.
That raises another question. Like it's going to take him several days to swim across the lake.
Yeah.
I think they said 72 hours, I think is what he plans on. So that's, 3 or 4 days. What is he just swimming the whole time? Like, does he have music going on? Like, what?
He's like singing Eye of the Tiger to himself.
It's just on repeat the whole time.
Got to pump yourself up somehow.
I guess so. Oh my God. Well, good luck to the shark. I mean, don't lose your batteries this time on your GPS. And, if you hallucinate, I hope it's at least